Hello, beautiful people. Hello, hello, hello. Beautiful people. Welcome, welcome. Y'all know it's that time of the year. It's that time of the year, and I got my window open. I don't want to cut the air on yet. How y'all doing? Just got out the shower. We ready to start this week off. Whew. Let's pull this hair back. Let's pull this hair back. How y'all doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. What is today? I don't know. Oh, yes I do. Today is April the 15th. And we are going live every morning. Okay, let's talk about, I talk about everybody, right? But basically I talk about what I seen on my timeline on YouTube or social media. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, let's talk about me first. I made a morning routine because I'm trying to follow doctor's orders. So I made a morning routine and it started. So I have gotten up. I have walked on the treadmill. Got up, I prayed, I walked. I did my treadmill. Just got out the shower, and now I'm with you for a few minutes. Then I'm gonna go fix me a protein shake. But yeah, I'm making up a morning routine. I've written down the points. So I did walk, I did pray, I did shower, I did brush my teeth. I haven't gotten dressed. So my goal was to get dressed before I came in here, but I haven't gotten dressed because time, I was about 15 minutes late starting. So because I was late, my time is catching up on me. But maybe by tomorrow, I will get on out of that bed. I got up around 3 something, but I kept tossing and turning until 4:15. Had I got up at 4, I may have been doing a little better. So I got up, I did my morning routine. I meditated and prayed, I walked, I did my shower and brushed my teeth. I just didn't have a chance to get dressed, so excuse me for the robe, but we've been doing the robe all month. My goal is to actually get dressed before I come on live. So maybe I'll hit it tomorrow. I am getting this allergy medicine in my system. Because it seemed like it's going to be that time of day. Hey, Perfect Nails. Today is Monday, April the 15th, y'all. We halfway through the month. And in my area, we finally got to over 70 degrees. This is the first time we have gotten over 70 degrees. Thank goodness. I actually put on shorts yesterday. Now, it didn't happen until after lunch, because if you was on my live yesterday, I was at the dog park. It was in the 50s. It was in the 50s yesterday when I was at the dog park. So it did not happen until after lunch. I know it got over 70. I was so surprised. I had a Target order that wasn't ready for my daughter to pick up, so I had to go back to Target to pick it up. And I could not believe I could just throw on some shorts for a change. And I sure went up there. with my shorts on because it was hot. Now, I haven't cut the air on yet because I have a roommate and they don't want to cut it on. But it was 70. So I just opened up the windows. The reason why I like to run the air is because of allergies. I don't want to keep my window open per se, just because it's mild. I like to keep the windows closed because of the allergens that flow through the air. And I have tree allergies, so they be flowing. But we're gonna see how it goes this week. That was one day over 70. We don't really know how it's gonna go. So before I got started, I was saying, like, y'all know I come up in here, I be talking about all types of folks. Let's catch up with me. So I'm doing good with my morning routine for today. I'm just one step behind, and that was getting dressed. I've done some exercise already this morning. Took my Geritol, yes I did. So now I really just gotta get dressed and have my protein shake. Give my dog some water and take him out at 7 o'clock. So I got time to go back and lay down and luxuriate for a few minutes if I want to. But this is really important to me, is taking care of my skin. So I want to take this time with you today while I do my skincare and talk about what I've seen on my timeline. Now, some things, you guys, that have happened over the past week have been too horrific for me to talk about yet. There are some things in the news that I need to give it some time. I just can't believe what I have heard over this weekend. You can probably guess, but I'm gonna give it some time. So let's talk about, and I don't know much about this, but I just heard on one of my YouTube channels that I was watching that the Breakfast Club has been dropped from a station in Georgia. I guess because a lot of times people drop stuff because they ain't making no money, basically. Revenue ain't there, so they dropped them. And I was reading the comments in the video, and some people were saying that Georgia is really a competitive area when it comes to radio stations. So I'm just wondering, do anybody here still listen to the radio? Or maybe they lumping in the radio and online news. I don't know. Because I don't know too many people that listen to the radio. Oh, you know why? Because I work from home, so I'm not in my car anymore. That's why I don't listen to the radio. It took me a second to figure that out, but I don't know too many people that listen to the radio. I'm sure if you have to get up and drive, you probably do still listen to the radio. But one station dropped them. They were citing stuff like, one of the hosts is boring, one of the hosts is jealous of another, one don't bring anything to the table. And there have been talks about, or people making suggestions that they reach out to Claudia Jordan to bring her to the show. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with those shows, but I'm just surprised people really listen to the radio. As much as we plug in the iTunes and all that, you can get your music without hearing any talk nowadays. And y'all, I used to love talk radio. Let me talk about it. In my area, we had a talk radio show that was on 24 hours. But it had different hosts. So you would have the host that talked about the news in the daytime. At night, we had a host that talked more about, social issues and stuff like that, what's going on in the world, news reports, stuff like that. It was more, and he would have guests on, but he used to talk from midnight to 6 o'clock in the morning for years. And I used to fall asleep to talk radio. I used to fall asleep to talk radio every night. Sometimes I think I'd be halfway asleep listening half the night. which it should not be a surprise because I was one of those kids who fell asleep to the TV. So anybody else fall asleep to TV when they were children, where you get them playing the Star Spangled Banner or whatever they played. 24-hour talk. Yeah. And it was good because like on Sundays you would have one guy, he would talk about sports for his shift. But every personality or every host brought something different to the show. As a matter of fact, the radio station was owned by Cathy Hughes, which is a very famous African-American black woman in the media community. And I remember her telling her story that when the radio station first started, she would bring her son to work and he would be asleep right by her feet as she did the radio station. And yeah, I used to listen to talk radio all the time. In the morning, I would get all my news. I would get all my news from talk radio. And in the evening, I would get all the foo-la-la. Like what I'm talking about right now, I would get all the foo-la-la in the evening. So yeah, it's a little a controversy going on with that radio show. I don't listen to it. I don't know what they got going on. I don't even look at them on YouTube. They're too polished for me. I don't want nobody polished giving me the news. I want somebody to give me the news, the real deal, real life. What else is going on? Did y'all hear about the truck that ran into the building in Texas? Now, when I first... Now, my fan done clocked out already. It is Monday. I got to charge it. Yes, we do. I'm stressing that because I'm getting ready to give you some of the details I learned. But it was the same day that something else happened. And I was like, dang, what is going on? Everybody going crazy nowadays. A truck ran into a building, and he actually ran into the Department of Safety, of Public Safety building. And I'm like, what? You run into the Department of Public Safety? Well, what I learned today, I don't know the man's name, I don't know anything. Y'all know I don't pay attention to all that. This man was denied a CDL the day before. He gets in a semi-truck and drives to the Department of Safety in Texas and intentionally rams into the building, allegedly. Okay? 13 people were injured and one person transitioned. I was like, wow, never in history have I heard somebody get that upset where they want to kill a bunch of innocent people because they didn't get their CDL license. I mean, I used to work in medical, so we had nursing license and things like that. I haven't heard of anybody doing anything like that because they couldn't get their license. So I'm nosy. Y'all know I'm all nosy. The story is, the story playing, but I'm in them comments, okay? I'm in them comments trying to get the real deal. Somebody posted in the comments that he, not only was he mad about not getting his CDL, they said he owed a lot of child support and he needed his CDL so he could pay off the, get his child support caught up. And I'm thinking, well, so that still ain't no excuse to run into a building. One man was 78 years old that he hit. A building full of people because you didn't get your light. Can't you just take it over? Really, can't you just take it over? Nurses, if they don't pass the state exam, they can take it over. Doctors, I'm sure they can take it over. Most tests you can really take over. It's not the end of the world. You know what? I'm glad you mentioned that perfect nails, because it's a couple here on YouTube. I watch them, called Nick and Carla. And they drive the smaller, do they call them luxury trucks or luxury? They drive the smaller trucks where you don't have to have a CDL. And you still getting paid big money. And their truck comes equipped already with the bed, the kitchen, all the stuff you need is like for you to live. And they encourage couples so that the truck can always be moving. So while one person sleeping, one other person driving. But yeah, you can drive a smaller truck until you can get your license. So y'all look, if anything gets so bad, and we've heard of some horrendous things over the past week. There have been some horrendous. I can't even talk about it right now. About some children on the highway. I can't even talk about it right now. But I heard some horrendous things happening this week. Don't take somebody else's life because you're having a bad day. Okay? Don't drag other people into this because things aren't going your way. Simple as that. Let me tell y'all what happened to me, because I had to have a toilet snake this weekend. I'm always working, okay? I'm always working. And it took a long time. It was cool to see how they do it now, but it took a long time. Yo, I'm not gonna put that much on today because I got the feeling it's gonna be hot. So I'm just gonna do, I'm not even gonna do my light concealer. I'm just gonna do my skin color concealer and a little powder. But I had this man come out, and we didn't know that the toilet had a, what they call it? A blockage. All we knew is that the wash, when you wash your clothes, the water was, the outside drainage was blocked, or it was squirting out the pipe some kind of way. So that was the first thing we noticed. And the day that the plumber got there, the toilet in the bathroom started to back up. It didn't overflow, but it started to back up. So when the plumber got there, the first thing he did was he started to snake the toilet. And, you know, that means just putting like this wire thing inside of your toilet and pulling it out to get, if you have anything blocked in there, it'll bring it back up. So this wire thing, he has this machine where you take a piece of wire about the size of this room, and you load it in a machine, and then the machine forces it down the toilet. And he did that about 6 times. So it's not one piece of rope, it's 6 different pieces of rope. You latch one after another, you latch one after another. So I'm watching him, it's very interesting. At one time, after 2 hours, he was gonna give up. I'm glad he didn't. I'm glad he didn't. So he pulled some stuff out. And what I found that was predominantly in the pipes were, and it did have a clog, those dude wipes or bathroom wipes that people use when they do number 2. That was all in the, I don't even know the right words, but the plumbing that goes to the main sewer for the neighborhood. Every house has one that goes to the main one. And what he was telling me was a lot of times these wipes that you use will accumulate in a corner, and then another one will stick to that one, and then another one will stick to that one. He said next thing you know, you're forming a ball inside your plumbing pipes. And then you might get a ball of hair, and you might get a couple of other things. So other things will start to stick to it, and it forms a clog. So that's what we found in there. But my question is, how can these people from these companies sell, and I meant to bring, I have some, sell these things that say flushable, dissolvable, and they really not. Like, they're causing harm. Like, this man was all into plumbing news. And he was like, yeah, the city spends $11 million or whatever, trying to keep these pipes clean and dissolve stuff. Like, he was giving me all the details. But I just looked at my pack of disposable wipes that I have for my bathroom too, that I use on occasion. And it says flushable. And I thought when those things first came out, they used to say dissolvable. They're actually advertised and billed saying it's okay to put these things in the toilet after you use the bathroom. And it's really not. I don't know if it's the city that you live in, if it's because of the piping, where the city, wherever you live, everybody's city is different, but it's actually not good for the pipes for you to put those in there. So I'm gonna start putting mine in the toilet, because I don't want this to come to my area. Yeah, I don't want to have no problem. Now, luckily, I had insurance. I had a little home insurance, but my deductible was $200. And that man was there 2.5 hours. He earned that $200. He was there 2.5 hours, maybe a little bit more, trying to, figure out like what the issue was. And I'm kind of glad it was just clogged and he was able to get it, because I didn't want it to be a bigger issue. But this is for anybody who watches the video and the replay. Do y'all use those dude wipes or bathroom wipes after number 2? And do you flush them down the toilet? I'm telling you, he pulled everything out. I saw it. And that was the culprit to most of the stuff that was down in the toilet. Of course, he said hair is normal, comes from the shower. You only got one drainage, so we saw hair and stuff like that. But the wipes were the most prominent thing. And I would think they're not baby wipes. I'm sure they're the ones that people use when they go to the bathroom. But I sincerely thought that because they say flushable and things like that, that they were okay for the septic system. That's what I've been meaning to say the whole time, and I can't get the word out. But I thought they was okay for the septic system. But in the area where I live at now, I've heard a lot of people talk on the neighborhood community board, and they say that our septic system is so old, and I think it's made out of clay or something like that, that a lot of people don't flush things like that down the toilet around here where I live. Now, I did see a story just pop up on my timeline not too long ago regarding Justin Bieber and Jaden Smith. And I think it's too early. I think it's too early. I don't know what's going on with that. I'm going to have to wait a few days, see what's going on with that. I don't know. Because I think it's normal in some places to dab up your people, like, so I don't know. Somebody in the comments was saying these people been friends for 15 years, 18 years. They grew up together, all this and that. So I don't know. I'm not speaking on stuff that's fresh out, like babies on the highway. I can't even talk about that yet. It's too much. It's too much. But that's what, you know what? That's all I'm thinking. Because you're right, Perfect. I mean, I have a son, and he had friends, so I know how they do. Maybe because they have cameras following them all around. That's why it looks a little strange, but I'm gonna wait until they come out and say something themselves. You know what I'm saying? Cause I'm not gonna assume nothing. Young men be young men, honey, and young girls be young girls. They always slapping each other on the butt and all this, twerking and all that. So, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait on that. I'm gonna wait on that. And I finally got to look at the video. I'm getting ready to wrap it up, but I got to look at the video about Esther Rolle, and she did pass away in 1998 with $3.6 million. And she was sort of a pioneer because when Norman Lear, which is the director, came out with the concept of Good Times, there was not supposed to be a father on the show. But he wanted Esther to play the mother really, really bad. And she said she's not going to play unless the show had a father. And you got to realize, I don't know when the show came out. Y'all can Google it or whatever. But I was a child when the show came out. And, you know, we was looked at certain kind of ways. So she stood her ground and said, you know, I'm not going to play on this TV program unless you make sure there is a father figure. Now, the show was doing good, but eventually, you know, James got fired because of contractual issues. You know, probably money wasn't right, or the daddy. I'm calling him James, but the daddy. And Esther Rolle was a little bit upset because of the character that J.J. Walker was playing. Like, his character was given more like a stepping and fetching type of character. Like, he was bringing a little bit too much comedy to the show. And she decided to leave too after a while because she felt like it was becoming like a minstrel show, the TV program. But I was reading the comments, as usual. I'm in the comments. And somebody said that she left, she contributed to a lot of organizations. She did a lot of good for the community. And they said her niece did not keep up her estate in New York. I'm going to have to do some research on that because I think that's very interesting somehow. And I have seen people, and I know people, who have been blessed with an estate that let it go. And I find that very interesting because I've had to work for everything in my life. Extra work, extra work. Not giving a dime. So what I'm going to do tomorrow is I'm going to try to finally set up my camera. I still haven't set up my camera. I'm actually using my phone because those comments be hidden when you're looking at these videos. Like, you can get a story in the video, but sometimes you can get the details in the comments, okay? So today is Monday. Y'all go out there and make it a great week. Y'all, I'm sweating already. See, that's why I didn't want to do no makeup today. I'm sweating chest, up under arms. I'm sweating everywhere. So I got to get out from under these lights. But I appreciate you for stopping by. I will see you in the morning. We're going to catch up again in the morning. Be safe, riches. Peace.